Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Diamond. I'm the Intuitive Witch, and today I'm gonna show you how to do a quick uh, money spell. If you are having money issues or just just kind of like across the boards, you're getting pushed and pressed for some money. Um, I'm gonna show you how to do that, how to manifest that, and how to fix that solution for you real quick. So what you're gonna need to do this is any candle. I'm using a gold. You can use yellow, green, red, or white. We're gonna be using some money drawing incense, as well as using some black salt. This is from Art of the Root. I love that seller. They got black salt for protection and banishing of negative energies around our money to make sure that money gets to us, as well as any type of wand that resonates with you, you can use for this working. But I'm using a selenite double-pointed wand only because I like to carve into the candles. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna light our incense. We're gonna set our intentions on what we want to call on. Money comes to me, so let it be. You can amplify with numbers and numerology. So money comes to me times 333, so let it be. You know, when I like to spend money when I'm at a store, I always say whatever I spend comes back to me times whatever, so let it be. So we're gonna go ahead and prep the candle. I like to cut this down, the wick down, until just the coloring, so that way we don't have an extra large flame. I don't like all this smoke. I personally don't want to set the fire alarm off, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be cutting that. Okay, so I forgot, I need to grab something real quick. Oh wait, no, I have it right here. Well, that's not the one. You know what, we can use it. So if you don't have I was gonna go grab a little holder for like the chime candles that I have, but we also are I have these, so you can use whatever candle holder. I have these these. I have a smoky quartz in here for protection of my manifestations, and so we're gonna set that in here for the moment being. And you can use olive oil, you can use any type of money drawing oil or anything that resonates with you. And in fact, because we're using selenite, we're gonna go ahead and just carve what we are wanting in this. So because it's a chime candle, you kind of have to be careful of how much pressure, and they kind of break easy, especially if you drop them. So I'm just gonna write the numerical value, and you can also write, you know, mantras, sigils, anything that you want on here that you resonate with, to get this going. And we're just dressing this, and I'm gonna be putting on that oil. Again, it's just what you are called to do and how you work your magic. So I'm just gonna put the numerical value on the candle that I'm wanting. Okay. And you just do that on both sides. That way it has the mirrored duality on there. You don't have to do any of this. This is like an extra step. You know, you could write whatever, like rent paid, like whatever bill you want paid. Rent paid, bills paid. You know, you could even write money comes to me on the candle. So once you do that, put that back, set that to the side. And what we're gonna do is we're going to put this money drawing oil on the candle. Be careful, again, putting oils on candles. You definitely don't want to have, you know, more fuel to the actual fire and cause more smoke or more hazard conditions for you in your work, in your ritual. So I'm drawing it my direction because I want it to come to me. I don't want it to go away from me, but I'm just, you know, prepping the wick. So once you get that all going and all that's how you like it, for added bonuses, you can use any type of like herbs, like sprinkle some herbs. You can even pack the herbs like down into the candle holder itself. This is a little bigger, so it's going to be kind of flopping a little bit, so it is what it is. This is going to get messy, so make sure you have a towel nearby. I don't have one right now. But anyways, so now what we're going to do before we light anything and before we go further, we're going to use some of this black salt, and I'm going to put it in a formation like around these points. Just like that. You know, you can, this could be as whatever, how intricate or as simple as you want. I'm just literally filling in lightly into these points. You can do a packed kneaded circle. You can even do some white salt around here. Me personally, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to be utilizing carnelian and citrine. I'm going to grid the citrine and carnelian like this with my candle up top here, with my working here. So now that we have that, just wipe your hands off, girl, or man, they, them. Okay, so again, with your wand, so when you're putting all this down, like when you're putting the salt down, you could say things like protection, like my money's protected, my money comes to me, there's no inner disturbances in my money, you know, any type of thing you're doing. But for this instance, we're wanting to call the set amount of money that we wrote in on our candle here. And so, just checking on the incense. So everything that you're doing in a working should be like stating out loud and or on the inside of what you want each ingredient, each active thing that you're doing. What's the goal? What's the assignment? What are we doing with it? So I'm basically anchoring money, energy, abundance, as well as power, growth, and transformation with this. So it's going to act as a generator. So when we're using this to basically open and close, you'll see what I'm talking about. So, you know, it could be easy as you could work with an energy, spirit guide, a deity, whatever that you're working with, an angel, a demon, whatever. With this candle, currently, I'm working with Santa Muerte. So I'm going to be, in this retrospect, referencing and asking Santa Muerte, but you don't have to be working with Santa Muerte. It's just whatever energy you're working with. If you're working with yourself, then you're working with yourself. Okay, So at this time, we're just going to basically kick off and open the energy before we light our candle, okay? I call upon Santa Muerte, por favor. Draw in this money to help pay our rent, help pay our bills, and help us with food in our pantry and fridge, as well as money to help our loved ones and neighbors in need. So mote it be, 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 and as it is. So I like to use the infinity loops around my spells, and I know some of y'all might come for me and be like, why did you not do the pentagram? Because for this and working with Santa Muerte, I don't work in the same realms or in the same ways I would in traditional witchcraft and folklore witchcraft and like the infernal realm, you know what I'm saying? So now, once we open the space, you can either keep your wand in your hand or set it aside. Now we are going to light our candle, and you are going to set your intention again, or you're going to pray to whatever energy or entity that you're working with at this time, okay? So at this time, Santa Muerte, por favor, ayúdame. Gracias a todo. And then you are going to pray, do whatever you feel called to do. We're gonna, now that this is lit, it's now active. You, ideally, you want to stay with your candle, okay? And be in the energy of the candle. So I was trying to hold it up, it wasn't working. Ideally, you want to keep the candle lit until it is putting itself out. Ooh. Ideally, if you can, you should open up a window, ventilate your space. That way, you know, you're safe and, you know, you're not breathing all that in. As well as when I'm sitting here with the working, again, I'm just repeating mantras out loud or in my head for what I'm wanting to be done. Okay, this is the time for you to focus on that, to spend time with energy or deity or whatever, whoever you're working with, okay? This is that time to reflect on this. Okay, a lot of things that I see misconceptions in what goes wrong with manifestations, especially like with money or like big things that are like, not like, you know, trying to curse someone. A lot of people do the working, but they don't do the working. They don't feel the emotions. They don't put the emotions where it needs to go and then keep it there and then let it go. They basically light the candle, do it, and then they spend the rest of their time stressing out and then over analyzing, you know, is this real? Is this coming? Is this working? Da 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 da. And then by that, you're putting the vibration of being like unsure, fickle, and basically confusing, it's basically sending stress signals to something that you already sent out that you know is gonna come back to you. But instead, you're sending out like this weird like shockwave that you're like, I don't know, this is really something that I'm ready for or in alignment for, and a lot of it could be self-sabotage. So that's what I'm saying. You spend the time now in this. Once it's out, once the candle is out, let it go. Okay, it's gonna come to you when you least expect it. That's what, at least that's what has happened for me, and that's what I'm coming to realize. So trust your intuition, let your intuition guide you. A lot of people don't trust their intuition. When you're doing spells, if you're feeling called to do something a certain way, then listen to that. As long as it's not harming yourself or others, why not? As long as it's legal in where you live, I mean, girl, or, why not? So, again, it's very imperative when doing witchcraft, okay? And this is why certain energies work well for certain people. One, ask yourself, what are my intentions for what I'm doing and what I'm wanting the result or outcome to be? Some people, they want to manifest $10,000, right? But when opportunities are starting to come to them, that they have been in lack so long that they basically shoot down those opportunities that could have gave them that $10,000, but instead they might receive like $2,000-$3,000 because they were too rigid in their mindset or in their vibration. They weren't allowing themselves to, receive. If you struggle with that, I suggest, even if someone is at the grocery store and they're like, hey, do you want me to help you, open your door or open the bag for you? So while you put it in there, if someone sees you, maybe you're not struggling, maybe you don't need their help, but that's a test. Accept that help, because sometimes the universe just wants to see your reaction of what you're gonna do or how you're gonna respond. If you're someone who's constantly impatient, you're gonna be in situations where you're in traffic, you're in a long line, you're gonna stay in, you know what I'm saying? Until you actually find the way to crack that code and ascend, then you'll forever be in whatever funk or blockage of energy that you're in. Does that make sense? I know it's kind of like might be going off on little short tangents, but yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else before we cut this, because I'm not gonna have this whole candle going for this whole video. You kind of get the drift. Also, something that I like to do, especially if you're someone who likes, confirmations of stuff, get a pendulum, okay? Do a pendulum reading over this and the results to come, okay? Get some tarot cards, do some divination. I like to do divination of what's to come of the situation or that type of stuff. And then let it go. Again, let it go. Don't be contemplating on the results for days or weeks or whatever. I used to be real bad at that, okay? It wasn't until I realized my full, the spectrum of of what I can do, what I can't do, and with confidence, then I started, realizing I don't need to stress out, because I know, for example, when I curse someone, especially when they've been fucking with me or people that I know, and it's within alignment of Ma'at, then and only then do I send that energy out. And yes, I don't have to. When I was first started out, I was like, oh my God, is this working? Oh my God, is this even gonna work? But then I got to a point I was like, nah, bitch, I know that's gonna work. So buckle up, hope. But anyways, it's the same thing with, any magic you're doing. If it's manifestation, if it's chaos magic, if it's you're just, doing ceremonial magic for sabbats, whatever. I don't even know how to say this correctly, probably. Or if you're just worshiping deity or working with deity and you're doing daily offerings, weekly offerings, monthly offerings, then it's kind of up to the practitioner of what they're doing. It's kind of like your responsibility for your own practice and what that looks like for you. And like going in with this, you know, I like to essentially keep working it. So this is gridded. I know we're kind of like going in and out of a tangent here to back to the spell, but like charge your, if you don't resonate with crystals and candle, which I mean, I kind of highly recommend you use a candle for a fire, but like if you don't resonate with some of this stuff, you know, use the materials or the items that resonate with you the most and your sign and your placements and your energy. And that's what I was kind of saying by like, what energy do you have? Like I'm a Scorpio. I carry the energy of death and rebirth a lot. So it's not that I suck. It's not that I'm not good at material manifestations and abundance energy. I have to work on it. It's a conscious thing that I have to like. But the other stuff, the dark shit, I don't have to like try. It just kind of like happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're a Taurus, you're probably more likely going to be like more abundant in that, you know, energy of money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, find what works for you. Know thyself. Okay? Ooh, girl. Okay, so going back to this. When I started out, I was going around and I was opening and gridding. So what you can do is essentially you're doing the same thing to amplify. You could, if you don't want to do that, another kind of like thing you could do is, if you have stones, look at the flame, grab your stones or crystals, and like basically grid you as part of it, and just meditate and feel and breathe in and out and just feel and think and call in what you want. And if you're doing something else, then you're just doing the opposite, okay? It's all what works for you, what feels right for you. My way is not, this ain't the only way. This is just one of the millions of ways that you could do a spell, okay? So if you like this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe if you like the vibe, and trust yourself, trust your intuition, love yourself. And you know, I will see you in the next video. If you like this video, it lets me know that you like these types of videos, like spell work and this type of content. So like the video, it helps me in the algorithm, please. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.